and put an understanding out, because with Caitlin and what the players and the collective bargaining agreement are negotiating, folks, I'm wondering if it's the best fit for the top players of the WNBA. CBA agreements, the collective bargaining agreement is coming up. They're going to have an intense meeting for All-Star Weekend. And I wanted to bring this up for Caitlin Clark and the Larry Bird rights rule. Okay? And we'll start from a revenue perspective as Caitlin leads the league in revenue. Where am I going with this? It wouldn't make sense to have a contract for Caitlin Clark.
1. Larry Bird has never been someone who speaks unless he truly has something important to say. The 3-time NBA champion and Hall of Famer built his legacy with his fearless play, quiet confidence, and unforgettable presence on the court. These days, he rarely appears in public, making every appearance feel like a major event. But just moments ago, everything changed when Bird walked over to Caitlin Clark during a live television broadcast, took the microphone, and delivered a message that instantly captured the attention of the sports world. What he said left fans stunned, and Caitlin Clark's reaction made the unforgettable moment even more powerful. Before we continue, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Nearly 83% of our viewers haven't subscribed yet, and your support truly helps us grow. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. Now, let's get back to the story.
Here, the key question with Larry Bird, they were in a hard cap in the NBA, and when you look at this and bringing it back home, Adam Silver, Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Breanna Stewart, who are the superstars of the WNBA, but especially for Caitlin because she has such brand marketing deals, probably averaging $30 to $50 million a year. The Bird rights gives a team an opportunity to re-sign its best player and not be restricted by the cap.
It was one of those moments that seemed impossible until it happened. Earlier in the game, Caitlin Clark led the Indiana Fever to a hard-fought comeback win, finishing with 28 points, 10 assists, and a clutch three-pointer that brought the crowd to its feet. After the final buzzer, she stepped into what was expected to be a routine post-game interview, answering questions about her leadership and connection with her teammates. Then the atmosphere changed. The cheers inside the arena suddenly grew louder as Indiana basketball legend Larry Bird walked out of the tunnel and headed straight toward the broadcast table. At first, Clark didn't even notice because she was focused on the interview. Then the interviewer stopped talking, the cameras pulled back, and the entire crowd rose to its feet. Clark turned around and stood frozen in surprise as Bird, a man who rarely makes public appearances, walked directly toward her. The moment felt completely unscripted and genuine. Bird gently took the microphone, faced the cameras, and calmly said he had watched basketball for decades, but had rarely seen someone as real and as tough as Caitlin Clark. He added that he would not stay silent while people tried to tear her down. For a brief second, the arena went silent before the fans exploded with applause. His words were more than a compliment. They were a powerful show of support and a clear message to anyone who had doubted her. After battling criticism, physical play, and constant questions throughout her rookie season, Clark finally showed emotion. Fighting back tears, she became emotional on live television, not because she was overwhelmed, but because one of Indiana's greatest basketball icons had publicly recognized her talent and determination. And Larry Bird wasn't done speaking yet. Bird made one thing clear. Caitlin Clark doesn't need anyone to protect her. She deserves respect. He said that anyone who can't recognize that isn't really watching the game. They're letting their own biases get in the way. It was classic Larry Bird, straightforward, honest, and completely unfiltered. After handing the microphone back, Clark wiped away tears while the interviewer quietly stepped aside, allowing the powerful moment to speak for itself. It felt like 2 generations of Indiana basketball came together in a way that went far beyond the sport. The truth is, few rookies in WNBA history have faced the level of attention and pressure that Clark has. Every game, every comment, every hard foul, and every performance has been picked apart and turned into a headline. Despite the constant scrutiny, she has stayed focused and never backed down. Bird recognized that determination because he lived through similar challenges during his own career, when critics questioned his confidence and tried to twist his words. He saw a competitor who plays to win, speaks honestly, and refuses to change who she is just to satisfy others. His public support wasn't just an emotional gesture, it was a powerful statement. In a time when many athletes carefully manage every public appearance, Clark's authenticity has made her stand out, while also making her a target for criticism. She has been called overrated, accused of getting too much attention, and criticized from every angle, but none of that matters to Bird. He judges players by how they compete. And in his eyes, Caitlin Clark belongs among the game's true competitors. His message couldn't have been clearer. She has earned her place. Within minutes, the moment spread across social media, and fans everywhere couldn't stop talking about it. Within minutes, Larry Bird and Caitlin Clark became the biggest story in sports. Former NBA stars and basketball legends flooded social media with messages of support, with many saying that if Larry Bird publicly backs a player, that player has earned real respect. Fans praised the moment as a sign that the WNBA was entering a new era, and even many of Clark's toughest critics became noticeably quieter because Bird's words carried tremendous weight. The league quickly shared the full video across its official platforms, and it spread rapidly online, drawing millions of views in a short time. Excitement around Clark continued to grow as ticket demand surged and merchandise sold at an incredible pace. More importantly, the conversation surrounding her began to change. Bird's public endorsement made people look at Clark differently, and she no longer needed to defend herself because one of basketball's greatest legends had already spoken on her behalf. His message was bigger than a viral clip. It was a powerful statement that exceptional talent deserves respect, not constant criticism. He encouraged people to let Clark play her game, continue developing, and stop treating greatness like something to apologize for. After that unforgettable moment, Clark looked more relaxed and confident on the court, playing with renewed energy and joy. Later, when reporters asked about Bird's unexpected support, she admitted she never saw it coming. Holding back emotion, she said that knowing someone like Larry Bird believed in her gave her even more confidence to keep proving she belonged at the highest level. Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records, she's changing the game. She has never asked for special treatment, only the chance to compete on equal footing and earn the respect that comes with it. When Larry Bird publicly supported her, it became much more than a veteran defending a rising star. It was one of the most unforgettable moments in basketball, with one of the sport's greatest legends showing confidence in the future of the game. Clark has embraced that responsibility and continues to carry it with determination. From that point on, the conversation around her shifted. It wasn't just a big moment for Clark or the WNBA, it was meaningful for basketball as a whole. Moments like these can't be planned or scripted. They happen naturally, leave a lasting impact, and are remembered for years. Bird's decision to speak out wasn't about creating headlines. It was about recognizing a player who entered the league under enormous pressure, expected to boost ratings, handle constant criticism, and perform at the highest level every single night. Instead of letting that pressure break her, Clark became stronger because of it. That's what real greatness looks like. Not perfection or universal approval, but resilience, toughness, and the ability to keep moving forward. When someone as respected as Larry Bird, a player who never gives praise lightly, says Caitlin Clark is the real deal, it carries extraordinary weight. It's more than a compliment. It's recognition from one legend to another. Great players don't judge by statistics alone. They recognize heart, determination, and the competitive drive that can't be taught. In Caitlin Clark, Larry Bird saw those same qualities that helped define his own legendary career. Larry Bird saw something in Caitlin Clark that reminded him of his own journey, the same fearless attitude, the same confidence under pressure, and the same determination to compete without backing down from anyone. That is what made his words so powerful. This wasn't just a legendary player praising a rising star. It was a message to everyone who had questioned her, criticized her, or doubted whether she belonged. Bird's statement told the basketball world to stop looking for reasons to tear her down and start appreciating what was happening right in front of them. Players with this kind of talent don't come along often, and moments like this can't be manufactured. They happen naturally, and that's what makes them unforgettable. Real greatness has never been comfortable because it challenges expectations, changes conversations, and forces people to rethink what they believe. Throughout her career, Clark has faced constant pressure, endless headlines, physical defense, and nonstop criticism. Yet she has continued to answer every challenge the same way with her performance on the court. She hasn't needed long speeches or dramatic responses because her game has always done the talking. Every big shot, every smart pass, every clutch performance, and every hard-fought victory has added another chapter to her story. When Larry Bird publicly stood behind her, he did more than support one player. He reminded everyone that respect is earned through hard work, dedication, and the willingness to compete at the highest level. In his eyes, Caitlin Clark had already earned that respect. His words carried the weight of decades, and coming from one of basketball's greatest competitors, they meant more than any headline or social media debate ever could. From that moment forward, the conversation around Clark felt different. The next time she steps onto the court, pulls up from deep, and the crowd rises before the ball even leaves her hands, people will remember this unforgettable moment. It marked the point where doubt slowly gave way to belief, where criticism began to lose its power, and where one of the greatest players in basketball history made it clear that Caitlin Clark belongs among the game's elite competitors. Once a legend like Larry Bird gives that kind of endorsement, it becomes part of basketball history. Clark's journey is still in its early chapters, and there is every reason to believe her biggest accomplishments are still ahead. Whether you're a longtime fan, someone who has questioned her, or simply a basketball lover who appreciates greatness, this story is only beginning. If this is how her career is starting, imagine what the next few years could bring. If you enjoy watching talented athletes earn success through determination, resilience, and relentless hard work, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more incredible basketball stories. We're not just watching another season unfold, we're witnessing the rise of a player who could leave a lasting mark on the sport for years to come. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.